know what it is yet.
I hope I don't have to get the net because I'm not getting it.
I'm hoping it's not a dogfish, but it feels like a really good fish. Oh, I got two real nice sea bass here, double-headed. Look at this, here we go. Come on, baby, come to Papa. Woo, there we go.
Wow. Wow, nice fish. Oh, there we go.
That might be a little better.
Oh, that's just screaming, Rick. Wow.
You're watching Northeast Angling. We're proud to present inshore and offshore saltwater fishing. We cover every species from fluke and porgies to stripers, sharks, and tuna. You can learn more about techniques, tackle, and destinations at neangling.com. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, here we are, we're fishing with Jeff Pierce. Jeff is the sales manager from Mustad Hooks. Jeff, we set this up on a calendar, what, about, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
We were going to do a fluke show, but unfortunately, like most of our regulations here in New York and Connecticut, New Jersey, we kind of took one for the team, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go out, we're going to go porgy fishing and sea bass fishing because our fluke season mysteriously is closed now.
Yeah.
Reason being because we caught too many of them, basically because there's too many out there. So it makes sense to close it when there's that many out there, but we're limited now to porgies and sea bass, but unfortunately, Andy and I, we have a great bite, and we're going to get ready to do
And we
this.
are going to catch some fluke along the way. We're just going to have to not show them and pretend they're not there.
Well, actually, we're going to be anchored up or drifting slow. We may get some fluke, we may not, but we're going to focus on the porgies and the sea bass. Now, you got some great products for us today. We're using size 3/0 Mustad hooks.
Yep.
It's an octopus-style, beak-style hook. I know Mustad's been making it since the beginning of time, just about.
Seems like
and
it.
we have some fish stimulants also you're going to tell us about. What do you got?
Yeah, we're brought some Activate along to use, which is a pheromone-based feeding stimulant. So even if the fish are kind of on the bubble, maybe they want to feed,
Right.
they don't want to feed, it'll turn them on.
You're talking to me. Pheromones, come on, explain this. What do you got?
Pheromones are chemicals that animals use to communicate. Insects, fish, everything, people. We
Okay.
don't know it, but they do. And,
All right.
And the pheromone mix that's in Activate will actually take a fish from an inactive, non-responsive condition if he is in that position
Like
at
a
the time,
non-feeding mode?
and it will turn the switch and make him eat.
All right, so if I get this on my hands, I don't want to put it in my mouth because I
You'll
don't
get
eat-
hungry.
I don't need to eat anymore. Okay, that's good.
Now, the nice thing
I
is
understand that.
The nice thing is this is a new product for Rich. Luckily, you sent this product to me months ago.
It hasn't worked
And
yet.
then I haven't shared it with Rich. So I've been crushing the fish. Rich is like, wow, you know, you guys seem to have a good bite going on. Rich, I'm just on a different piece of bottom than you. That's the only difference.
All right, well, we're going to start out either drifting. We're going to take a look at these pieces that we're going to fish. We may anchor on them. We may drift. We're going to try it both ways, but we've had some nice-sized porgies and some really good fishing for the sea bass. So if you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, let's do this.
All right, you know, and right here, you know, we're not far. What are we about? Probably about 5 or 6 miles between the Connecticut, almost to the Rhode Island line. And right about there is where we've got a lot of wrecks, a lot of reefs, a lot of structure.
Hard bottom.
And we're going to be
Yep.
working across those.
And this is the prime season for this. These fish are fattening up and they're getting ready to leave. So let's get on them right now.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, you know, Jeff, we're going sea bass fishing and porgy fishing today. And one of the most important things before we anchor up here or before we make our first drift is we want to get our bait ready for this.
Yep.
Now, we cast netted some spearing inside the marina. We have some squid that we got. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in the strips that we want for fluke and for for porgy fishing and for sea bass fishing, and we're going to use some Activate.
Okay.
So I'm going to start cutting. You're going to explain to me what we're going to do. You're going to make like a special marinade.
Oh yeah, we're gonna marinate it up, get the fish
on
fired
souping,
up.
you're going to
Yep.
make? All
Yes.
right, I'm ready. So now people have a tendency of taking a squid head and just throwing it in the water. To be honest with you, I think this is one of the best baits for larger sea bass.
Yeah.
So we're going to hold on to that. And what we're going to keep it simple. We're not going to fillet these porgies out. We're just going to cut rings, almost like calamar. And then what we're going to do is we're going to splice it through the middle once, and we're going to get a strip out of it is what we're going to do. I mean, you can take the squid, you can put the knife up the side, and you can fillet it out
Yep.
and then strip it. But you know what? We can get just as many fillets this way. And again, we're not fishing for fluke, we're fishing for porgies and sea bass, so we don't need that perfect pennant, you know, profile like
Okay.
we normally use. So now we have these cut. I'm going to take a few spearing here. It's like a cooking show now.
Yeah, it
We're gonna
is.
Put it
It
in a mix.
is.
And, all right, so now we
Should
got
warm
this.
up the oven.
And now you got a bag there.
Yep.
And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put these right in the bag. Now we're going to be using a much bigger quantity once we start
Yep.
getting to go here.
Yep.
But just as an example of what we're doing, let's throw one more in there. He looks pretty.
Perfect.
All right, and then we're going to take some Activate.
And just squirt that right down in the middle.
Oh, is that enough?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty
Like
good. there.
cocktail sauce, ain't it?
Yeah.
Look at
And
that.
just mix it up. Get it on all the baits.
Now this works for everything.
Yep.
All right, you've been using this for how many different species now?
Well, I've probably caught 60 plus different species with it.
Really?
Yep. From billfish to bluegills with it. so-
Okay. All right, so now we're going to let that ferment, I guess you could say,
Yep,
for a little
yep,
while.
yep.
Let it absorb itself in. And now this way, when we're ready, we're going to take that, we'll put it in a little tub or a fish bait tub, and we'll just grab our bait out of there. So this is what you would call now a double improved bait, I guess you could
Absolutely.
say.
Yep. So as you get that bait in, you're going to have the scent of whatever bait you're using, but you're also going to have the Activate with the fish oils and the pheromones going out and drawing fish into you.
All right. Well, we got it started. I want to make up a bigger one right now, and let's get to fishing.
Sounds good?
All right.
Oh, looks like we got a good piece of bottom here, guys.
Yeah, we're in like 35 feet of water. Now, Jeff, we got all our baits activated.
Yes, we do. We're ready to go.
Oh, it's like pressing a button. I like that. Oh, there. Oh, just dropped one.
Oh, I was going to say $1 on the first fish.
Well, I better get working.
Well, the amount of life that's down here, I don't think we're gonna have a problem getting the first
Look
one.
at the machine here. It's
We just gotta look for
absolutely
size.
loaded.
The one thing about these areas, sometimes you gotta bounce around a little bit, and you gotta find the pieces with the right size fish on them.
And also you got to be patient sometimes because I'm absolutely getting rattled here. I'm just trying to wait for the right hit.
I got a ton of baby bass here. Now we should have some jumbo porgies mixed in here, which is probably one of my favorites. I mean, that's a fish that really doesn't get a lot of credit. You know, pound for pound, it's one of the hardest fighting fish you could find. And I've said this my whole life. If they got to be 25 pounds, we would forget what striped bass looked like. We wouldn't care anymore. And they're delicious. They're probably one of the best eating fish in the water.
I know that it takes a little bit of skill to kind of clean those out and get them right. Wow, I just totally lost my bottom bait. But it's worth the time and the effort sometimes just to cut them and make them beautiful.
It is a delicious, really is a delicious fish. It's incredible how good it is. And the bigger ones, you know, you can fillet out.
Ooh, all right.
A lot of guys like to cook them whole, but the bigger ones you can fillet.
Well, you're winning the sea bass pool, but I think we can do a lot better than that.
I hope so.
They are pretty fish, too.
Yeah, if you look at the nose on that fish, you see the weird colors?
Yeah.
Almost like a sunny, you know, like a sunfish has.
Ha! You didn't get to take it with you.
You picked his
There you
pocket.
go. Don't say I'm not helping you out, man.
Wow, I didn't like that. As soon as I hit the bottom, I'm getting marauded here. Look at this. This is unbelievable.
Got to try and get the right bite, that's all.
There he is.
I'm just watching the machine here.
This almost feels like twins. But we'll see.
Just trying to find the right one here. Trying to ignore the soft bites.
Twins with fins. Oh, look at that baby chop. Well, we better find better porgies than that.
Wow, I'll tell you, there's a lot of small fish down here. One of the problems here, to get on these pieces of bottom, you have to wade through a lot of small fish before you find the big ones. You need a lot of bait.
A lot of activated bait.
Oh, yeah.
That feels good.
That's a little better. I was waiting and waiting for something solid.
Nothing like a little bend in the rod. Double header.
Double header?
Twins with fins.
No.
Some bass.
It's a sea bass. So, you're right, they are beautiful fish. Now, what's the size limit on these?
On the sea bass, I believe it's 12 and a half.
Okay.
And on the porgies, it's 10 and a half.
And they count? Any idea? Connecticut waters here?
25.
25. Sorry, Jeff.
One,
I just took you
yeah,
down that.
this is amazing. Oh, I dropped that one on the way up.
Need better rod management. There we
And
go.
I believe it was me.
Guys tangling up there?
Yeah, we're good. Slowing down here.
You know, the other thing about these fish, Jeff, is you know, what no one realizes, it's such a great way to get kids into fishing also.
I was going to say, I mean,
Yeah.
just constant bites. That's
See,
what you need.
I mean, I think the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems in this industry is, you know, when you take kids or our kids fishing on the wrong days, you know, when it's nasty, it's blowing, early in the season when fishing's tough, you know, if you get a nice sunny day, you can come out here any day of the week and you can do this. And the great thing about it is they're always going to catch fish.
Yep.
You know, that's the whole thing. As long as the rod bends, you know.
That's what's going to keep them
exactly.
interested and make them want to go again.
100%.
Visit the Northeast Angling website at neangling.com for nationwide saltwater charter directory, fishing news, and free fishing reports. You can also find dozens of techniques, tips, and tackle for every saltwater species. Now let's get back to the action.
Oh, this looks like a great piece of bottom right here. little bit of life on it. See some marks. $1 on the first fish?
Okay. Now it's going to be who gets up first.
All right, who gets a bigger one?
How about who gets the first sea bass?
How about the biggest porgy?
How about the first sea bass?
Oh, you bet.
Yeah, little guy.
Oh,
Pretty fish, though.
Whoa, man.
That's a good
Rich.
combo right there.
Double header.
I'm afraid I got you on that one.
It's a good one right there. I'm jealous of that porgy more than anything else. Look at that thing. You know, people really take them fish for granted. They're such an amazing eating fish. They fight like heck. And, you know, I said this my whole life. If they got to be 25 pounds, we would literally forget what striped bass looked like. We wouldn't care anymore. We would just target them every day.
Before I hook myself here, Jeff, could you open that well for me? Because this guy's coming home.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. Guys, this is really good. I don't know what this is, but it's really good.
Hey, Rich, why did we bring Jeff along? Was it just for the activator, just to have him sit here and not catch anything?
Eat the hooks. He brought us an endless supply of hooks, which we...
You just want me for my feeding stimulant? Is that
Guys, this really feels like a good fish. I don't know what it is yet.
I hope I don't have to get the net, because I'm not getting the net.
I'm hoping it's not a dogfish, but it feels like a really good fish. No, I got two real nice sea bass here. Double header. Look at this. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come to Papa. Woof. There we go.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
Wow,
what we're
nice
looking
fish
for
on the
right
bottom.
there.
Ooh, there we go.
Wow. Man, that almost looked like you knew what you were doing.
Hey, I've caught one or two of these before in my life, you know.
2 or 3.
But I mean, you know, something we didn't talk about also, Jeff, with these fish, you know what's amazing? It's the kids, too. You know, the porgies and the sea bass, it's probably one of the best way to get the kids into fishing. You see all the time, guys will take their kids fishing on a cloudy, rainy day, chilly day, cold day, whatever the case may be. They set out to catch 1 or 2 fish. You know, with these fish, you get on them, you're going to catch them, and you're going to catch them consistently. They're a great eating fish. They fight like heck. And the most important thing is the kids, they catch something, you know?
You bend the rod, they're going to get interested.
Exactly.
They're going to want to go. When we go in the next time?
Exactly. You know,
Hey, Jeff, don't sweat those small fish, 'cause anybody can catch the big ones.
especially for their first experience, because they all remember their first
And we
experience.
can miss them, too.
You know, and you know, when a dad says to his son, "Come on, you want to go fishing?" It's like if the first time they went out there, he froze, he didn't catch a lot of fish. He's not going to want to go again.
Yeah.
But you put him on to fish like this, where he's consistently catching them. Let me tell you, he's going to want to jump at the chance to go fishing with you.
And his friends at school are going to want to go too.
Most definitely. Word spreads quick. Andy, can you lift that well? This
Yeah.
one I want to hold on to. I'll let the one on the bottom's a keeper here, but I won't let that go.
Jeff, I'll get out of your way so you can bait up.
I can reach. I got long arms.
I was hoping that was just one fish, Jeff.
I'll tell you what, those are some nice quality fish to start off. Let's hope it keeps going like that. They can only get bigger.
I hope.
Fish finder still looks pretty good.
Oh, there's one. That don't feel too bad either. I love this game. I really do.
You know, one of the things we're set up with here is we've got a little 2-hook rig, a 3-ounce bank sinker. Nothing fancy here. Just a couple of dropper loops. You know, what it's to stand off about 4 inches. And what do we thread on here? These are 3/0 beak bait hooks.
Yep, yep.
And just a 3-ounce 6. A very simple rig to make. Oh, that one on the bottom.
I'm getting like mixed sides everywhere. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, the hardest thing about this is you've got to resist the temptation to swing on the soft bites.
You know, like anything, there's an art to whatever type of fishing you're doing. You know, with the porgy fishing, the bigger porgies, they don't tend to rip the rod out of your hand. The smaller ones give you more of a chatter. But what you really want to do is just a slow lift, and when you feel that weight, you follow through with the set.
That's a
And
little
you're
better.
really going to do a lot of damage when you fish like that.
Wow. You tell you what, you're never going to get bored doing this kind of fishing.
No, it's up and down kind of fishing. Really.
And this is happening now up and down the coast from New Jersey right through Maine. These fish have really built in, which is good considering we have no fluke at all.
Oh, I just dropped a big fish.
Did you?
Yeah, I just dropped a big fish. No, oh, yeah, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. That's going to leave a mark.
Decent one, huh?
Yeah. You know, again, we're doing this with spinning tackle too. Most guys prefer conventional. Well, you know what? When we're only in 30 feet of water. You can get away with the light tackle, the braided lines.
You know, we're getting to some smaller bites right now because we spun off the piece, Rich. Let's make a slight anchor adjustment and see if we can get this boat a little more onto the piece.
That sounds like a good idea.
Another small fish on here.
Visit the Northeast Angling YouTube channel for hundreds of videos, including full-length episodes, exciting clips, product reviews, and instructional videos. And now, the exciting conclusion of Northeast Angling.
You know, the other nice thing about this bite is that you can go almost anywhere and find a lee on a windy day and find some of these fish. And it just isn't that tough because any rock pile, everything's going to hold them. Now, we're cheating a little bit, or you could call it cheating. Ooh.
Nice. Well, I don't want to hold this one.
I'm afraid you're buying me dinner tonight. All right, this is what sea bass are supposed to look like. So just pay attention to this.
This one still has a yolk sac on it.
All right. You know, we're cheating a little bit here. We got our squid baits, and we're using squid and spearing combo, and we're also using Activate, which is a feeding stimulant.
Yes.
And it certainly seems to be working pretty well. What a pretty beautiful fish. This is going in the well.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you said the spearing also, Andy, because, you know, not too many people realize that the porgies and the sea bass, they're actually predators.
Yeah.
You know, you find good schools of spearing, and you're going to find good schools of porgies because they feed on them. They feed on them regularly. So it's not a bad bait for them. Same with the sea bass, too. They're going to eat it. They are predators.
Now, Jeff, I know you do a lot of fishing all around the world. Do you get to do a lot of bottom fishing, or you spend most of the time chasing the big pelagics? Or
I do a fair amount of bottom fish, and I really love to bottom fish. And you know, some of the guys I fish with, they prefer to troll or chase the tunas and stuff on top, but I love dropping a butterfly jig down or dropping a live big pinfish or herring or whatever down on the bottom to see what's down there. I love bottom fishing.
Like I said, I would wreck fish and bottom fish, you know, for the rest of my life and be very, very content. I really would.
you know, I'm looking at 30 feet of water here. That you probably could put a small butterfly jig down here.
And
the sea bass are certainly aggressive enough to take them. Wow, there's a lot of fish down there. Basically, you just hit the bottom, you got them. And I don't think the tackle, you know, you could use almost any tackle here as long as it was light enough and fun enough.
I think you're better off with spinning gear here because you're getting to the bottom quicker.
Yep. And that's why I like it for fluking also when we bucktail fluke. And I wouldn't be surprised if we run into a nice fluke while we're here also because, you know, them bigger fluke, they tend to lay on the sides of these wrecks also because they're lazy and they're going to jump on a bait pretty quick. And even though we're out of season, obviously, if one, there's a fish. If one jumps on, we're going to release it. But, because we have to. And I wouldn't be surprised if you pick a big fish off the sides of these wrecks, to be honest with you, and the size of these rock piles. Because they're looking for a big meal.
I'll tell you what, this game, however, is very much about patience right now because there are so many fish down there.
Yeah, you're getting bite.
You just one bite after another. You hope that the right fish jumps on before you lose your bait. Look at that. That is just getting clobbered.
I got one.
The nice thing is I think maybe I can catch him on a bear hook.
Put a red hook on there.
Yeah, but a bleeding red hook. This is just getting silly here.
Yeah, I definitely think right now you could probably jig these fish. You know, Andy?
Yeah, I think you're right, Rich. I think we're going to make Jeff hook up his rig, except he's fishing. Oh, there's the right bite.
That one?
Jeff, you brought the big butterfly jig rig along.
Oh, yeah, I didn't bring the little one along. I do have small jigs, though.
You can drop them right on this. We're using, ooh, it's a pretty little porgy. Not as big as my other porgy. Wow, look at the screen.
Size limit on the porgies are 10.5 inches, and I believe you're allowed 25 a day is what it is.
Better have an electric fillet knife.
You should see Rich go through those porgies. It's pretty scary.
I've cleaned about 5,000 of them in my life, so probably more than that.
I watched him fillet and skin a spearing, so I know he's pretty good with the knife.
You know, I'm just amazed at how good this fishery's become. And this is really one of the best fisheries in the region. And it just, when a lot of other fisheries have really faded in the last couple of years. This might save the party boat guys, the charter boat guys, certainly give them some serious business.
What you got, Jeff?
Oh, this is either Basszilla or something else.
Oh, Andy's into it.
No, I missed him.
Because he's pulling good.
That doesn't look like a fluke or
Oh,
a
I'm in
porgy
now.
or a sea bass.
All right.
Look at that.
The first fluke of the day.
Fluke!
I'm not supposed to catch these, am I?
Yeah, we're supposed to. We probably should net that, but just kind of swing it in.
Well, you're not allowed to target them, but, you know, if they come in, they come in.
You're making my little sea bass look bad.
Ooh, that's a nice fluke, too.
That is a nice
Up
one.
by the shoulder, if you could grab right behind the neck there. It's
Pretty
the best
fish.
place. See now, again, to let that fish go, I mean, it's a beautiful fish. It really is. And you know, you said before that a lot of people now are targeting the sea bass and the porgies. You know, by shutting this fishery down early on us, it also causes a lot more pressure on the other species too, Andy. Because now you got more and more boats targeting the porgies and the sea bass. You know, it's just it's a weird thing.
Yeah, no, it's really tough. It just it is hard because we've moved the pressure to this other fishery. And like I said, the only good thing is this fishery seems to be standing up to it.
Yeah, no, there's definitely plenty around, but I mean, you know, it's just the regulations really have to get looked at a little bit better because we got such a good body of fluke around, and to have this many fluke in the water and not be able to fish for them and take a couple home for dinner it's a little silly, but we just got to manage it a little better. We got to look at it well.
I'm starting to get the first drops of rain on me here, Rich.
Yeah, I seen that also. There's some clouds coming in over
We
there.
started off pretty good here. I think we might get another little bit of a break, but maybe we'll hit another spot or two. Either way, though.
If not, it's been a heck of a day.
Yeah, we caught a pile of fish.
Thank you for watching. You can use the buttons below to subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch more videos, or to learn more about the location, techniques, and gear as seen in this video.